will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And you combine a big leg with a... High air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, ready. Check, 55 to Mike. Drop deep, drop deep. Go.
On first down, it's Taylor. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. This rushing attack sure looks pretty effective here on this opening drive.
Yeah, they're finding gaps with very little problem right now. If this is going to consistently be this way throughout the game, there's going to be some adjustments made on the defensive side of the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, right back to Lindsay. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go. 8, read. Right 54. Line 54. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Go. 54. Hit it.
On first and 10, it's Lindsay.
Go.
He was brought down there by Will Parks.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 24, Locke. Open man is Higgins. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. The stop there on third, they could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, That's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and a tackle.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Now Wentz. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 280! Score, Tokyo!
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Gonna let this thing go deep for Gates. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Gates, the intended receiver there, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
He's coming, double up. Hey, center. Hey, 57. Man 5-7.
Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
Short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Wentz. That is caught at the 7. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. They'll run with Sanders. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check, 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 check. Hey, empty, empty. This 5-7.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. Buying time to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. And Elliott puts this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Taylor, and an alley to run. play there for Denver. 51 yards. And runs like that with explosiveness, that's what this rookie can bring to the table.
And add to it speed, patience, vision. A rookie has all of that. That's usually a veteran's combo plate. I love this guy.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Ready, set. Topper, topper. QB drop. Watch QB drop. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 13. Check 13. Check 26. Check 26. 5.
Now a give right side. It's Taylor. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Michael Badgley on for the field goal.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. It's a second down run with Sanders. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz being chased out left.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. It's caught by Sanders. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Banjo. Hey, check. Practice up.
Wentz to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. He's checking. Crash. Hey, stand.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Lock again here on 2nd and 10. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw is Wentz. And that's complete to Gates. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Second time, defense, let's go. Check it out.
A final shot before half for Wentz. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run on first down. It's Sanders. Big Andrew Billings there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On play action, it's Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Gates with a grab. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
They'll run with Sanders. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a play fake. Wentz. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down, and it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. They're going with Lindsey. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop it right at the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, as the defense rallies quickly after the nice move. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Strong right. Strong right.
Another run with Sanders, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Throwing is Wentz. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Andrew Billings drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Go. Lefty, lefty.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sideline as a head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
He
up.
trusted his defense. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and it was lock people down.
Lock throwing on target to Fant. Past the 20. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Now looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Throwing now is Locke. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Noah Fant, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Eagles on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Now Sanders. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. On first down, Sanders. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Hey, Charlie.
On play action, Wentz finds his target. It's Gates. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Now a play fake here on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Locke. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Locke now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
On first down, Lindsey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
At the 19-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Locke. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Let's get it. Check 31, check 31. Kill. You draw quarter.
Another run by Lindsey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Wild Bill. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Lock going to go on 4th down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Swing.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. 10, and he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for the Eagles, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Denver, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.